The world buckled, then inverted, spitting me and Leela onto something impossible. My stomach churned, a familiar lurch of portal sickness, but this time the landing was violently soft. We tumbled onto a ground of shimmering, taut apricot-like skins, stretched thin and vibrating with an unseen, resonant energy beneath us. My head pounds, disoriented. Leela gasps beside me, scrambling upright, eyes wide and scanning the bizarre, glowing horizon. The air here tastes like sweet, fermented fruit, thick and cloying, yet strangely breathable. Behind us, the ragged, iridescent edges of the rift glow one final time, then unravel into nothingness, dissolving like sugar in hot tea. Our escape portal is gone, sealed by this strange, reactive dimension. My culinary pack lies splayed open, standard tools scattered across the shimmering ground. My trusty whisk is snapped. My dough scraper twisted into a useless knot. Most of my familiar equipment is bent or shattered, useless against this impossible terrain. Dread begins to coil in my gut, thick and cold. But a chef, even a cursed one, cannot dwell on fear. I force my eyes to focus, to analyze this hostile, alien environment. This world reacts. It offers danger, but also new ingredients, new challenges. Survival means adapting. Before we plunge deeper into this mystery, stay tuned, because as we navigate this unprecedented escape, a truly unique trading card reveal awaits at the episode's climax. You won't want to miss it. The wind whips my hair, a brutal symphony against the sheer canyon wall. My fingers, still aching from the climb, brush against the ground at the cliff's edge. It doesn't feel like normal earth. A faint, almost imperceptible tremor radiates beneath my palm. Then, a thin, translucent strand, practically invisible, snags on the cuff of my sleeve. I tug reflexively, thinking it's some kind of root. But it stretches, resisting with an impossible tenacity, glowing faintly as it pulls taut. A sharp, almost musical thrum vibrates through my arm, causing a brief, disorienting static in my head. Suddenly, it snaps back, vanishing into the rocky soil with a soft, pulsing thwump. My eyes narrow, analyzing. The ground itself, a mosaic of red and orange pebbles, isn't inert. It's breathing. A slow, rhythmic expansion and contraction ripples across the surface, like a gigantic hidden heart. A deep, unsettling hum fills the air, vibrating against my teeth. This isn't just an orchard. It's a living organism, its distortions subtly affecting my perception. My heart rate spikes, not from fear of the agents now, but from the raw, alien mystery unfolding beneath my hands. What is this ground? A new kind of hunger awakens within me, a craving not for taste, but for understanding this strange, resilient life. My fingers still throb from the fall, but my attention is utterly consumed by the ground beneath me. This isn't inert earth. It's a vast, undulating surface, textured like scarred leather, an expansive apricot-colored skin that stretches across the canyon floor. A faint, rhythmic pulse runs through it, a subtle, internal tremor making the whole area feel profoundly alive. I pull a jagged shard of rock from my belt, my only improvised tool, its edge honed by desperation. Gently, I press its sharp point against the taut surface, intending to scrape a tiny sample. The instant the sharp edge bites, the ground seems to recoil, a profound, silent shriek vibrating directly into my hand. The pale skin tenses, ripples of resistance flowing through it. Then, with alarming speed, the material grits the shard, actively pulling, yanking the tool deeper as if swallowing it whole. My grip is useless. The shard is torn from my hand, vanishing into a rapidly closing maw. Where the shard disappeared, a thick, glistening amber mass slowly wells up like molten resin, before deliberately retracting back into the earth, leaving only a faint shimmer. It pulses, an unsettling biological rhythm. This isn't inert. This is a living entity, defensive and powerful. My breath hitches, a cold dread washing over me. Harvesting this dough won't be about cutting or digging. It's about understanding its defenses, about coaxing it without inciting its silent wrath. A new challenging game begins. I'm staring at the pulsating apricot-hued mass. It shimmers, threatening to engulf my hands, pulling at my gloves with uncanny strength. My initial attempts to simply collect it resulted in painful, clinging resistance. My objective shifts. Understand it, not fight it. I lean closer, my focus sharpening, ignoring the chill in the air. The tiny six-legged creatures are still busy. They move with incredible precision. One approaches a trembling lobe of gelatinous dough. Its delicate antennae tap, tap, tap in a complex, almost musical cadence. No aggression, just a gentle, insistent rhythm. The dough, which seconds ago was threatening, responds. Tiny, perfect droplets bead on its surface, then detach. The creature gathers them with surprising speed, then retreats. Another takes its place, mimicking the same pattern. It's not about force, I realize, but about timing and specific pressure. The dough isn't hostile, it's just reactive to crude interaction. This is important, I murmur, my mind racing. Keep this word, ingenuity. I strip off a glove, exposing my bare palm. This requires direct contact. I try to imitate the creature's rhythm, my fingers hesitantly tapping the cool, yielding surface. The dough quivers, but doesn't retract. I increase the pressure, slowing my tempo, then speeding it up. It takes several clumsy tries, but finally, a small, shimmering pearl forms on the surface. Success. This ingredient. It can be tamed. The environment isn't fighting me. It's teaching me. My eyes dart across the undulating ground dough. The initial disorientation quickly giving way to a primal, driving focus. I push past the strange smell, ignoring the subtle hum beneath my feet. What specific manifestation of the dough holds the tensile strength I need? Then my gaze locks onto something distinct. Larger, apricot-like fruit structures sprout from thick, pliable stalks, rising directly from the ground dough itself. They pulse faintly, a strange, organic rhythm. One such fruit, plump and almost bursting, trembles violently. Its outer skin, a dull orange, begins to crack. It doesn't peel conventionally. Instead, it sloughs off in a continuous, almost liquid motion, revealing its hidden core. Inside, a cluster of shimmering, golden, fibrous strands glistens, radiating an almost visible tension. These are unmistakably the high tensile dough. But before I can even process the full discovery, they retract, with a sharp snap. Like a taut cord released, the entire bundle recoils, disappearing back into the stalk. The exposure window is shockingly brief, a fleeting moment of vulnerability. I understand now. This isn't about brute force. It's about impossible timing. The glowing apron still hums, a faint warmth against my chest, but the heat of failure burns hotter. I plunge the snapped apricot branch into the fruit's fibrous shroud. My fingers, still aching from hauling Leela, struggle for purchase on the smooth, resilient hide. The air thickens with a sweet, musky scent, almost mocking my haste. I twist, grunting, trying to pry a single, intact strand free before the agents catch our scent. Time is a tightening noose around my neck. The first few strands give way with a wet snap, but they're thin, brittle, useless. They remind me of old dried noodles, already expired. Not the tough, strong stuff I need for climbing. I spot a thicker cord, like a sinewy root, woven deep within the shedding layers. I brace my feet, planting them firmly, and pull with everything I have. A low, grinding groan echoes from the fruit's core. Instead of yielding, the strand tenses, vibrating like a plucked harp string, resonating through my bones. The force is incredible. It snaps back violently, whipping the branch from my grasp. The recoil is so powerful, it yanks the entire massive fruit downwards, sinking it deeper into the soft, yielding soil with a grotesque sucking sound. Mud splatters my face, mixing with the sweet pulp. I'm left with only a few more broken fragments. This isn't working. The material's tensile strength. It's far beyond anything I anticipated. This demands more than brute force. This is important. We need ingenuity to tame this ingredient. My entire approach needs rethinking immediately. The agent's distant shouts still echo, a physical knot in my stomach. Panic tries to take hold, but my eyes snag on a flicker of movement above. A monstrous dough spider, iridescent and silent, larger than my head, meticulously weaves. Its spinnerets exude thin, luminescent strands, not brittle, but incredibly elastic, almost liquid. It stretches each strand, slow and continuous, between two ancient apricot trees, building an intricate shimmering web of pure tension. Abe, Leela pointed upward. The spider isn't pulling harder, it's pulling slower. Her observation hit me instantly. She was right. My gaze drops to the ground beneath. Discarded, fibrous stalks, like pale, sinewy grass, lay everywhere. This must be the source. My hands, still trembling from the chase, reach for one. It's strangely firm, then abruptly limp, crumbling into a sticky mess. Frustration bites. I try again, recalling the spider's patient, deliberate elongation. My first few clumsy attempts fail. The stalks snap or simply liquefy. Time is a weapon against us now. The shouts drawing closer. I force myself to breathe, watching the creature's rhythmic, continuous pull. My fingers tense, then relax, mimicking its precise, almost meditative dance. Slowly, carefully, I select another stalk. I pull, stretch, twist. It resists fiercely, then yields, elongating into an unbelievably thin, impossibly strong filament. The texture transforms, smooth and resilient under my touch. This feels alive, a secret unlocked. A surge of resourceful focus replaces the dread. This isn't just harvesting, it's a careful, almost spiritual coaxing of the material. I can make this work. I will make this work. My fingers work fast, a blur of motion. I'm weaving tough, dry fibrous stalks I tore from nearby shrubs. The agents are getting closer, their heavy boots thudding faintly on the canyon floor below, echoing up to us. There's no time for neatness, but I need something sturdy. A makeshift spindle takes shape, crude but functional. My eyes dart to the nearest Aurora apricot, its iridescent skin shimmering, ready to shed its high tensile pulp. This is it. This is our only chance for escape. A short beam of white light swept across the canyon wall below. Voices echoed. They were no longer searching blindly. They were tracking us. A delicate, almost invisible strand peels away as I touch the fruit. It feels alive, warm, stretching with an unnerving elasticity, pulling back slightly. I quickly loop it onto the spindle, turning, coaxing more of the fiber. It resists, wants to retract, wants to tangle. The air around me hums with the effort, a strange tension building between my hands and the yielding fruit. I have to be gentle, yet firm, a precise dance of pressure and release. Each turn of the crude spindle draws out more of the remarkable material, thin as spider silk, yet strong. It's about understanding its living nature, not fighting it. A deep breath steadies my hands. I settle into a rhythm, my mind focused solely on the task. The strands coalesce, forming a pearl-like ball on the spindle, growing larger, more substantial. This stable, living form of high-tensile dough is finally ready. This skill, this ability to adapt and create under immense pressure, requires ingenuity. A surge of potent relief washes over me, but it's fleeting. We have the ingredient. Now, to make the dish that will pull us clear. The air here shimmers, thick with sulfur. My head still rings from the fall, a dull throb behind my eyes. But then, the metallic tang of something impossibly hot, a geothermal vent. It's a lifeline, a surge of adrenaline cutting through the disorientation. I scramble, finding smooth, heat-blasted stones, arranging them into a crude stovetop. A crumpled, salvaged metal plate, blackened with age, fits perfectly over the opening, radiating intense, vital heat. There's no time for dread now, just an urgent burning focus. The high-tensile dough feels strangely alive, resisting my hands, stretching into impossibly long, elastic strands. It snaps back, threatening to escape my grasp entirely. This isn't ordinary dough. I have to work fast, the agent's shouts echoing faintly in the distance. With a sharpened, obsidian-like rock, I begin to slice, pulling each strand taut against the plate, cutting with precise, furious motions. These aren't just noodles. They are our only way out, transformed by fire and need. The dented pot, filled with bubbling, mineral-rich water from a small spring I found, waits impatiently. I plunge the raw strands in, watching them writhe and soften, transforming from stubborn, unyielding resistance to pliant, shimmering silk. The strands immediately fused into a shimmering lattice before separating again into perfect noodles. For a moment, they clung to the metal plate overhead like living threads. Steam hisses around me, obscuring my face, but I can feel the change. This is it, the spider silk spaghetti, ready. A surge of masterful confidence floods me, replacing the fear. We climb. The final strands of spider silk spaghetti glide down my throat. My cursed palate remains blank, but a profound electric tingle ignites within my limbs, radiating from my fingertips and toes. My skin hums, taut yet impossibly strong. Leela watches, her expression a mix of awe and concern. The sheer canyon wall, our insurmountable barrier just moments ago, now feels like an invitation. I clench my fists, a strange adhesive vibration thrumming beneath my palms. I press a hand against the rough stone. It grips. No slide, no struggle. My feet instinctively follow, adhering to surfaces previously devoid of purchase. I pull myself upward, one hand, then the other, my movements fluid, effortless, each contact point an extension of my will. I ascend, swiftly, leaving Leela momentarily stunned below. I reach a small, precarious ledge, looking back down. My makeshift grappling hook, the frayed rope, the clumsy pickaxes, they lie abandoned, crude relics of a past self. This is more than a meal. It's a transformation. I am no longer merely Abe, the Cursed Chef. I am scaled, ready to meet any challenge this hostile world presents. My fingers twitch with potent, newfound confidence. Leela followed close behind, her hands finding the same impossible grip on the stone. Below us, the agents finally reached the canyon floor. By then, we were already walking across the vertical cliff face like it was solid ground. that's a wrap for this world. If you want to keep exploring the multiverse with me and see what ingredients we hunt next, hit that subscribe button and join the crew. The next portal opens soon. Don't get left behind. See ya!